Hello everyone. Welcome to the next episode of our Ishida series. Today we're gonna have a little bit different video because we're gonna take a look at some of the professional games and we're gonna compare if the line that we've seen before in the book are exactly what professional players would play. And after this video you will have more questions than the answers, but this is exactly the point of this video. It is to show you that opening theory is not a linear thing, that you can have your own ideas, your own plans. What's important is that you understand what you're doing and stick with it. So today we're gonna take a look at previous video's topic move, which was this rook 8-4. And as you guys probably remember, we talked about this engagement attack on 8-6, which was defended by god 7-1. I did some research and we're gonna take a look at same time pro games with similar position. This is the first of them. So here we had a little bit of difference. This pawn wasn't pushed, this pawn was pushed instead. And we went for the attack, which was of course defended by the gold move that we saw before. And here, the line that we studied before was the silver to 8-6, but surprisingly, in this game, rook to 8-6 was played. We talked about the fact that this gold is protecting all those squares better than it was on this square, right? So we said we shouldn't be playing this move, we should go with the silver or with a pawn drop as computer suggested. But actually, if you were to research this line with the computer and compare it with the game that was played, you will see that actually Gote doesn't have this much of the advantage here, that's still an equal game. And from my personal experience, this is much more balanced because we managed to drag the horse out, we managed to make a dragon, so this balance horse versus dragon may be quite equal. After which the bishop drop to 5-6 was played. This is attacking the dragon, so the dragon had to escape. And this was still around equal, yeah? What can we learn from it? Well, it's good to know the basic shapes, basic tesuji, like remembering about this bishop drop or this bishop drop. But then you can always apply it differently depending on the position, yeah? So this is, one example. The game, just for curious people, the game continued with this attack, which turned out to be a little bit too much, as the horse defenses are very good. But if Center were to play slowly here, reactivate this gold and bring it to the castle, it was still an equal game. So it was quite interesting example. Okay, let's take a look at game number 2. So just as a reference, in our main line in the book, we continued with a knight jump to 7-7. And we started attacking on the edge after they pushed the edge pawn, right? In this game it is a little bit different because we already have this pawn pushed here. This side pushed this pawn once, and this side answered. So it's very weird looking position. And we have to respect those differences, yeah? So here we go for the similar attack. Similar knight development, but notice it's the other side that starts the edge attack. And in this position, we actually cannot take this pawn because of this bishop line. Yeah, pawn takes pawn drop, lance takes bishop drop would skewer the rook to the lance. So this small difference made a big difference in this game. This forced Center to move the rook prematurely, which enabled Gote on the edge. So the game continued. It was also a very interesting game. So yeah, one possible development. Take a look at another game. Here we had the similar line with the knight 7-7. The edge pawn were not pushed. And this side, once more, they push it from their side and this side engaged. So we can see some pattern here, how it differs from the book, right? But here the move was changed in the knight jump. And the game continued something like this. And it was still equal after a few moves ahead. The fact that it was almost so equal that computer recommended Sinishte at some point in the position. Okay? How about alternatives way to go for this Joseki, yeah? Here we have a different game. And perhaps it is a big difference because Ishida side in those games will be on the Gote. So perhaps because their Gote means they're one move behind, they would prefer for Center to attack they would prefer to wait. Therefore, we will find interesting ways to change that line. And here, for example, this player decided to use his silver in defense. As we know, 3-piece defense is good. But on top of that, the king eventually castled into Anaguma. And this was also about equal. Yeah, so once more, you can have different approach to the same Joseki line. The question is, what is your plan? What is your target? What you wanna do? Stick with it. Yeah, here we have something we would define as a solid play. How about other alternatives? Well, this is also Gote, yeah? And here, instead of engaging on the second file, we have this silver 4-4, which wasn't recommended by book, but is playable. And in this case, we had this very early engagement on silver 5-5. In this type of opening, if you like rapid game, you're probably most likely to choose something like this over the Anaguma game. It is actually really interesting to research games like this, find what different people played in that position, see how you like it, and then based on that, maybe try it out yourself. Based on the result, maybe you can say, oh, I like this variation because this is a solid play, or because there is this cool variation inside of it, or it is easy for this side to make mistakes, so I like to expose it, stuff like this, yeah? And one last example, a little bit funny perhaps. This actually is gonna be again silver 6-6, and if you remember from the last video, the book said that it's really hard for this side to break through over here. Therefore, it's not surprising that in this particular case, we ended up in Senshite. Senshite meaning repetition draw. The game was replayed with opposed color. So at the end, let's ask ourselves a question. Did professional players play exactly the line in the book? Well, no. Did they play the computer line? Well, also no. But did they have their own idea about the position, about the Joseki line? And did they try to play it into their own advantage? Well, yes, we had solid play, playing into advantage, so waiting for the enemy to attack them. We had rapid engagement, and making use of early developed silver, stuff like this, yeah? They had their plan, and they did it the way they wanted. Did it result in equal game? Well, not always, but on human level, definitely a good fight in all of those games. So this is one of those weird videos where we say, hey, it's nice to learn the opening book line because of the basics, because you wanna avoid those common mistakes, but also do not stick to the book line exactly. Try to invent your own ideas, your own moves. Try to find new colors in the already drawn painting, may I say. And what you can do from here, you can, for example, from this video, you can choose a line that you personally liked. You can try it out, you can research it with the computer, you can study it on your own self, and this way you're gonna deepen your opening knowledge. So hope you enjoyed and you got something out of this video. I will see you with Ishida Joseki next week with a new chapter, a new line from the book, and perhaps your new perspective on how to learn it. See you then. Bye bye.